paddling along, or wondering what we're seeing, we come across a plane crash. Okay, a couple questions to be answered while we're wearing these shirts. Woo! We are out here in the absolute middle of nowhere outside Grand Rapids. We go to set up our tents last night with our new warm fleece warmers, and turns out that we accidentally bought a pillow instead of a warmer. So we had one fleece warmer, one fleece liner, and then one pillow, which is useless to us whatsoever. It's freezing out here. So we call the guy, the store owner, Glenn, Army Navy. The guy drives it out to us. It's like 30 miles out of his way. First thing in the morning. It's 7:30 in the morning right now. And brings us hot cinnamon buns, and bananas, orange juices, everything. The guy's awesome. So if you're ever in northern Minnesota, go to Glenn's Army Navy. Legit store.
All right, Pep's gonna do a recap because I'm down and out.
What a day. We kind of called it quits on trying to do a 40 day. We started at like 8:30, so we think it's a little too risky with the coldest day of the year coming up. We're exhausted, but it's warmer than 2 degrees, which is what we were told it was going to be all day. So we got our icebreaker polar mitts on that have been a big savior for us, and we couldn't be more excited to be in fleece lined sleeping bags tonight. That's what we were just chatting about. So we got probably another hour and a half of paddling, which James is going to do for us. And then I think we're gonna do a tent night. I think we're just gonna cook food, go to bed with a few granola bars, and wake up at 6 a.m.
We're gonna risk the bears for some granola bars.
It's worth it.
For some late night snacks.
Yeah. All right, back to work, James.
We got a classic sticky situation. We cannot find our campsite anywhere. We spoke to a conservation officer earlier who said it was here. Can't find it anywhere. It is 4:30. It's supposed to be the coldest night of the year tonight. We have 6.5 miles before another campsite, which we know we can stay at. So I think we're gonna try and hightail it there. Probably pretty dark by the time we arrive, which is brutal, but better than camping on somebody's land. And what a incredible turn of events we've had. We gave a Hail Mary call to an airport who happened to be a river angel, and is gonna give us a spot to stay for the night. So we're portaging all our stuff to a little garage. Warm sleep tonight.
We are at Dreamcatcher Airport in this woman's garage. A couple miles ago, we landed at our campsite. It was on one of our maps, but not the other. So we had called the DNR to see if there was a campsite there, and they said yes, there was a campsite. But we showed up there, it was like 4:30 or something, and we couldn't find it. So we're looking around, we're like on like some farmer's field, like there's like an old barn there that we're thinking about setting up our tent behind. There's a no trespassing sign. We're kind of getting nervous. Everybody here has a gun, by the way, so we're kind of freaking out. So we decide to hightail it to the next campsite, which is like 5 miles down the way. But it's like 4:30, right? And tonight's supposed to be like the coldest night so far of the year. It's supposed to get down to like -10 or -15 or something crazy. So not an ideal situation to be paddling in the dark on a really, really cold night. So when we get back down to the canoe, we look around on the map to see if there's anything in the area. We find an airport. So we give the airport a call, and this lovely woman answers the phone named Lori, and we explain to her our situation, and she says, yes, absolutely, come to my place, we're gonna see if we can help you out. So we get here, and she is just the best. She's like this old pleasant woman. She built her own cabin like here in the 70s. Her dad, or her husband, is a pilot and has like a small private airport here. So she put us up in her like garage. It's like heated, There's a bed in here. We're taking advantage of the situation to like kind of like organize all our stuff, because we just been, the last couple of days, we've just been throwing our stuff in our food bag. So our stuff is like everywhere. Also, we had our overnight oats spill in our bag last night, which is not ideal. So tonight we're gonna be warm. We're gonna get our stuff organized, and we're gonna eat a big meal. And tomorrow, we kind of have to sleep in tomorrow because it's supposed to be like the coldest at like 7 a.m. So we're probably gonna wait till, I don't know, 8 or 9 to hit the water tomorrow and head to our next campsite, which is like, I don't know, 24, 25 miles away. That's the plan. Things are looking good.
What a delightful evening and morning. We took a little sleep in because it's so cold, and then we get a knock on the door, and it's Kent, the owner of this log cabin right above us. Just asks us if we want breakfast. It's fantastic. So we had some pancakes, great conversation. Now we're on the river a little later, but we got full tummies, very warm, and we're full of excitement. So paddling along, we're wondering what we're seeing. We come across a plane crash. And like, doesn't look like too long ago either. Like, these trees look like pretty recently snapped. We're freaking out. There is no body in here, don't worry. But like, holy smokes. Debris everywhere, and this is crazy. Okay, little update here. First of all, it is freezing cold. It kind of we've just had a break in the snow, but it's been snowing all day. No rain though, which is a positive. All the water that's being splashed on the boat is freezing on our pants and our shoes. We are very excited to set up camp. We're about 3 miles out right now. About 4 o'clock, so hopefully by 5 o'clock we'll be toasty warm and in our tent. Here's open.
All right, we just got a little pit stop in Palisade. One of the best pit stops of the trip, I'd say. We stopped at Gabby's Eats and Treats, just a classic diner. We each had a full meal, and then we split another full meal, and then had pies for dessert. And we each had probably like 3 coffees. We probably each had like 2,500 calories. And we're both feeling fine from it, so definitely the right move. We only have like 8 miles to go, so we're just gonna slowly drift to our campsite tonight. And unfortunately, we're not really able to do, we don't have enough time tomorrow to make it to the farthest campsite, which is like 45 miles. It's just out of reach. So it looks like it's gonna be another night in town, in Aiken, and we're gonna try and find another diner, I think. We're on the diner train hard right now. Also, we were talking to the waitress at that diner, and she said there was 2 other guys paddling the river that came through that same diner about a week ago. And so we're gonna see if we can try and catch up to these guys. All right, it's about 4:30. We made it to camp. We were kind of thinking that we might push all the way to Hassman camp tonight. So it was another like 14 miles, or no, 11 miles from here. We were making such good time after leaving Palisade. We were going like over 5 miles an hour after that big diner meal. But we decided to play it safe. It's supposed to get down really, really cold tonight. It's supposed to be, I think, -6 or something like that tonight. So we decided to just come into camp early, set up our tent, dry our things, and get another big meal into us tonight, because we didn't want to get caught out in the cold and land at camp by dark and be pretty risky out in the water. So playing it safe and gonna have a nice night. All right, Pep and I are in a pretty epic chess match here, trying to pass the time. All right, we're still going with the chess match, but it got dark and cold, so we started a fire and then moved our picnic table over. All right, it's now looking good for the kid over here. Pep just did a pretty sweet move. He's got me against the ropes right now, but I'm still kicking over here.
Definitely not looking good though.
All right, I pulled the old switcheroo on him. Turn the table on him for a second. Got the pressure off, but it's still not looking good. We got this guy. I'm super stressed right now. I've had to pee like 5 times since we started this game. We've only been playing for like an hour. Pep was trying to do a check game and had me big time on the ropes, and he got a little overzealous, and he was clearing the board of my pawns while continuing putting me in check, but he made a mistake and I was able to take his queen. So now the turn's table big time. All right, that's why you don't give up, kids. Things were not looking good for the kid here. We got the job done. We got a checkmate. We're freezing. We haven't eaten supper. It's friggin' late, but the game's over. Pep's having a hissy fit over there. We let the fire go out. We got hungry bellies, but the game's over. We got the win.
On the next episode, the boys get a little creative with the portage.